Hello. Good afternoon. Just gonna wait for somebody to pop on. Hi there. I'm not sure who popped on, but jump on, say hello. Hey, Season. I couldn't recognize the little bitty picture that popped up on the side. Hi, Marianne. Hope y'all are doing okay. This, let me say it slowly so I don't mess it up like last week. This sunshiny Sunday afternoon. Hi, Denise. I'm glad you all guys could join me this afternoon. I'll go ahead and get started. I know y'all probably heard my introduction before, but just for the newbies that have, hi Landa, that have not been on to see me on a Sunday afternoon, but my name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I'm an independent demonstrator with StampinUp, and I do live in the San Antonio, Texas area, so if you are ever in my neck of the woods, you are always welcome to stop by and join me for one of my live classes or one of my events. And there are events that are offered to go as well. So don't think just because you don't live near me that you can't attend one of my events. So hi Veronica, Jackie. Great, you guys. I'm so glad you took some time. You joined me on your Sunday afternoons. I enjoy being able to see all of you guys online at least once a week. So, but if you're also new, if you are not familiar with StampinUp, we are a paper crafting company. Hi Bonnie, Happy New Year Landa. And we specialize with all levels of crafters. So it doesn't matter if you've never heard of StampinUp or you dibble dabble in it or you're even a demonstrator. I am here to show you how to use StampinUp products, whether it's for the first time or to learn some, thank you for sharing Bonnie, or to learn how to use the products, to little tricks, tips, just some fresh ideas. We don't just make cards, we also make home decor items, and we also make different projects and show you how you can handmade your gifts to those that you want to gift handmade items to. So, and it's all using up StampinUp products. So we have lots of color coordination going on with our designer series paper, cardstock, inks, embellishments, stamp sets, you name it. We can probably help you with whatever you need. So let's go ahead and get started. I think my lighting's good. And this week we are going to finish up the other two cards from last week, the monthly online ordering special for the month of January in 2021. So let me go ahead and get this pointed down and get stand up. Let me move that light out of your vision as well. Move that up. Okay, let's give away the cards from last week. Do y'all remember we had, we did this card and then we did this card. So those are the two cards we're gonna give away. Hi Cindy. And oh my goodness, you guys, we had, let me get to the wheel. We had a lot of participation last week, so there's a lot of names on this wheel. If you're watching for the first time, you're probably wondering, how can I get on that wheel? And how you get on the wheel is when you like or you comment on any of my videos, you get an entry, and if you share my video, you get 2 entries. And so you can see there's several shares that are on here. And let's see who won the cards from last week. That's the prize every single week, is the cards or the project, whatever I did the week before. Who's it going to be? It's Barbara. Barbara again. Barbara won last week. Congratulations, Barbara. And I do have your address because you gave it to me for last week. So, but that's how you win. That's how you get on the wheel. And you can see there's a lot of people that were on there. So congratulations again, Barbara. So let me put this aside. Okay, so the monthly online ordering special, I've gone ahead and I've changed the host code, and then I've reprinted a new QR code. And the monthly online ordering special is when you order $25 or more directly from my website and you use that host code, you're going to get a free kit in order to make the cards that I've designed every single month. And this month, the two cards, let me get it. These were two of the cards, two of the ones we made last week, and then the cards that we're making today are the other two cards. So you've got this one. I gave you a sneak peek of this one last week, but we're also going to be doing this one as well. So somewhat traditional colors, and then somewhat not so traditional colors for Valentine's. We have Valentine's next month, and this particular suite that I am featuring, or this bundle that I'm featuring, is the Forever and Always bundle, and it's a photopolymer stamp set. Lots of different little sayings there, but it also has coordinating dies. Oops, those are kind of sticking. It has coordinating dies that go with it. And last week I showed you how to use these dies. So I've gone ahead and already prepared all of the materials for today, but I did want to show you that particular bundle, and the suite is in the new mini catalog, which I can't show you the insides of the catalog, but if you have your copy of the catalog, the suite is the very first suite that starts on page 10 and goes all the way to page 13. So this particular suite has two bundles and lots of accessories that go with it. And let me show you some of the accessories. The stamp set itself, the stamp and the dies, is a bundle, or you can bundle them and save 10%, or you can purchase them separately, but the bundle price is $45.75. And then we have this gorgeous foil paper. So shiny, so pretty, so shiny. It actually comes in 6 sheets, so you're going to get 2 sheets of each of this color. And that pack of paper is $10. And then we also have the Love You Always Specialty Designer Series paper. And I know you guys can see that shimmer from there. This one comes with 12 sheets of paper, so you get 4 sheets of each color. And we're going to be using the lighter one today. Yeah, the lighter one, which is the Blushing Bride color. Oh, and the other one too. I'm sorry, the Sahara Sand one. So let me put that there. And then we also have the True Love Designer Series paper. So let me flip this around, because one side of each design are the flowers, and then when you flip it over, there's 6 different designs, and you get 12 sheets in a package. But when you flip it over, you get all these other designs: lines, polka dots, stripes, squares. I'm not sure what that is, but you can see. So all our paper is double-sided and helps coordinate with the opposite side. And I like how everything's black and white, so that gives you an opportunity to color any of these flowers whatever you want to color with. So there's those. Let me put some of this other stuff aside. things start building up after a while. And then it also comes, well, what's also available is a little package of heart charms. You get 20 pieces for $7.50. Cute. We're going to be using those today. And then there's also a metallic ribbon that's Blushing Bride. It's kind of smooth on one side, real shimmery. And then when you flip it over on the other side, it has sort of like a gold feel to it. It's not so smooth. It's got some texture to it. Normally these are like $7 or $7.50. I didn't look up the price on that one. And then you also have these matte black dots. Hi, Joyce. Yes, the paper is beautiful, Susan. You literally have to see it in person. But there's 160 pieces on here. There's some smaller ones up at the top that you can't see. So there's larger ones and smaller ones. And there's these are for $7. So it's an entire suite of products that's out of this catalog. And if you don't yet have a catalog and you need one, let me know, and I'll make sure I'll get you one. And then also a celebration brochure as well. So lots of nice, pretty things in the catalog that starts January 5th. So you can't order any of this stuff until January 5th. So a couple of more days and we'll be there. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with this card. Let me roll up my sleeves, get this stuff out, and let's start putting this one together. And I love the colors with this one. They're so subtle. This Sahara Sand, very vanilla and black combo is just gorgeous. So let me put all these little pieces aside. I'll go over each one of those pieces whenever we get to those points. But this is a piece of Sahara Sand cardstock. It's just a regular base, 8.5 by 5.5, that's been scored in the middle. Okay, so we have this piece. By the way, when I do these videos, these are part of the tutorial. So when I issue the tutorial to someone, they get a video of this demonstration as well, so that if they have to refer to any of the steps, they can just look at this video to see how I put this together. So this is a piece of very vanilla, and we are just going to hover this over the center. This is a 4 by 5.25 piece. And then this is a sheet that is the next mat down, which is 3 3/4 by 5 of that Sahara Sand color in the specialty designer paper. Very pretty. So we're going to go ahead and put this down as well. Hover that over the center. There we go. And then we have this piece. We'll go ahead and put our love together. Let's get some of these smaller pieces out of the way. Just got to poke that little piece out of the middle of love. There we go. And I've gone ahead and put the adhesive on the back too. So I did that in last week's video where I showed you how to put, I had accidentally taken it off of that piece. That's why it was sticking. But I had showed you how to do that last week. And if you need to see how to apply that, you can just go back and look at last week's video. Or most likely I'll do it again on another demonstration. But to save time, and then you just pull these little pieces off. If any of your adhesive has a break in it, it's going to come off in little pieces. But it's designed that way to help you be able to take it off. Okay. So now we're just going to, let me see if I can, I'm right-handed. We're going to put that over that piece so that you see a little of the Sahara sand around the black. And then do the same thing for your OVE piece. Most of the time it's a single piece, but okay. And then just put this one this way. So there you go. You have a piece of Sahara sand all the way around your basic black. There you go. Well, got a piece that's stuck in there that didn't quite come off. I don't want to rip the paper. And I'm going to use black dimensionals. So we can put some black dimensionals on the back. I'm using the mini ones. Just kind of here and there. You want to put enough to where it doesn't come off, but you want it to be even when you get it on there. And we're just going to put this right here and press down. And then we'll do the same thing with always. I'm going to go ahead and do always, but I'm not going to actually put it down just yet because I want to make sure I leave enough room for the flower. So you see how that just peels off. You want to be careful when you do peel it off because you don't want to rip your die cut. And then just line it up. When you have two colors that complement each other so well, this black and Sahara sand, it just looks so gorgeous when you put it down. You put it back together. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on, but like I said, I'm not actually going to put it down just yet. So I want to make sure that this is, there we go. So let me just set this aside. And then I also have this little bitty die cut piece, which is part of the dies because it fits these words you and with. And we're going to be using Memento ink. Open that. And I already have it mounted. And the good thing about the photopolymer stamps is you can actually see exactly where you're going to be stamping, which is awesome. If this was a red rubber stamp, you wouldn't be able to do this. Let's give it a little pressure. Not too much. And then this one's going to go directly down, but I'm also going to save that until I'm ready to put the U and the always down as well. But on the next step, we're actually going to be taking one of the flowers, which is part of the designer series paper that had the larger flowers on it. Just looking for this sheet. It was this sheet. And I just took one of the flowers. I literally manually cut it out with my paper snips because the only dies that are available in the set are the dies for the two flowers if you stamped them and the little leaves. Okay. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to use our blends, and I'm using light crumb cake, only because there's not a Sahara sand blend. So crumb cake will do the job just fine. And then I'm also going to use light mossy meadow. So I'm going to be using both of those two blends. Now to do the coloring, I'm going to be using the little paintbrush tip. My sleeve keeps rolling down. And just like I think I did this last week with one of the other cards, I'm just going to take it through the middle. Let me put this down. I'm going to start in the middle and just kind of wisp it out. Little wisping motions. Trying not to be too heavy. And I'm just following the little black lines on the flower, kind of like a guide. Makes it real easy. If you just follow the lines on here and not be so heavy on your motions, you'll be fine. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the light mossy meadow, but we're going to do it on our leaf. For light mossy meadow, it seems to be really dark. That just tells you the darker one's going to be even darker. You just want a little color. Nothing crazy, just a little. You could certainly color the whole thing if you wanted to. Okay. Now, in order to, what I did to fill in on the inside of that flower to get it this particular shade, I did use the Sahara Sand stamping ink pad. And I'm using one of the new blending brushes, which comes in a pack of 3. I think I showed this to you guys at the very, very beginning when this stuff, I was finally first able to order. But these are our new blending brushes. They look like makeup brushes. But oh my gosh, you guys, they are so soft. And anybody that already has these knows how soft these things are. But I'm using one of the blending brushes. And all I'm doing is just rubbing it a little on my ink pad. And then when you start using it, you want to start off the page so that you don't get a big clump. And then I am just rolling it around. And you just do it until you get as dark as you want your flower to be. Just tapping it on there. They're so smooth too. The way it feels on the paper is so smooth. So however dark you want that to blend, that's enough. You just fill that in. Actually, I need a little bit more right there. There we go. And then you just simply rinse these off and you can reuse them. I've only used 2 of them so far, but I'm reserving one for like darker colors and one for like lighter colors. So you can see it took the white out of the rest of that flower. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this. Oops. All right, now we can start assembling this card. So I want to put the flower down. That way it gives me an idea of where I need to put the you and the always. And you can certainly turn your flower however you want to turn it. I just did it this way. So there's that. And then let me get my silicone mat, which comes in really, really handy for little pieces like this if you're going to be using adhesive. And this is just one of our silicone mats. And I'm going to show you. The adhesive does not stick to these mats. If I had done this on that paper, I would have adhesive. This thing would literally stick to this piece of paper. But when you run your adhesive over it, it doesn't stick. glue doesn't stick to it. It just comes off, hot glue. So even if you don't use it for making your cards, you can still purchase one of these in order to use with hot glue or other type of glues that you have. Okay, so let's put that right in there. This is sticking directly down to that piece of specialty paper. And then take your backs off. And after we put this down, we've got one more step. Okay. Look at the dimension. It's just barely off of the card, but it's enough dimension to just really complement that. So we're going to take one of the heart charms. And this is the step that when I was writing the tutorial, I kind of struggled a little bit because I'm trying to put my thoughts into words. So basically, in order to get this little charm to look like it's hanging off of the Y, what we're going to do is I'm going to take the end of my Take Your Pick tool and just lift up this piece of the Y. So after I pick that piece up, I'm going to hold it with my finger, and I'm going to take my paper snips and just snip that Y right there. So I've got this one little piece that sticks up. I'm going to lay this heart charm right on the inside. And before I put that down, we're going to go use this fine tip glue again, because that's the only thing that will dry clear that will help. And I'm going to try to be real quick about this so that it doesn't dry up. And I promise it's going to come out this time. This heart charm may move a little bit, but I'm going to dab a little bit of glue right before that on top of the charm, and then right after the charm, but right before that next black piece starts up. Okay, so let me put this in here real quick, and we'll try to be real quick about it. Remember, oh, there we go. Oh, it went in, yay! And then I'm going to store it back down, upside down, so that it doesn't dry out. And so let me move this charm into place a little bit more, and then I'm going to put this little piece down. And then that little black piece that I cut that was up, I'm holding it down with the end of my Take Your Pick tool so that it sticks to the glue on the other side. You can certainly use your finger, but your finger might stick. But you have to give it some time for that glue to dry. I'll just use my finger. That'll help press it down all together. And then once you're done, it's not going anywhere. If you try to pull off the heart charm after this glue has dried, it will rip the little Y, and you'll probably have to start back over with a new one. So there you go. There is card number 1 for today, which is actually the third card of the monthly online ordering special. And you will get a kit in order to cut all of this. The only thing that I can't do for you is the stamping on here, right here. But everything else, when you get your kit, will be automatically cut for you and die cut for you. And the charm will be in there, just like with the other cards. Everything will be die cut and cut for you. The only things that I can't do are the inking and any of the stamping. And on this card, everything else will be done for you except the stamping. So you have to make sure you have inks, or you can use alternative inks or stamps if you don't want to use the ones as designed. And this is going to be card number 4, which is also super, super simple. I've got the pieces here. We're working with a very vanilla base. same size, 8.5 by 5.5. It's pretty standard. Push this down. Then we have a piece of basic black, which is 4 by 5.25. And when you make your cards, before you start assembling the top, this is just a reminder, if you have something that you want to stamp on the inside, now is the time to do it. In the tutorials, we'll tell you to stamp the back with whatever personalized stamp you might have, and then stamp your sentiment on the inside, because if you mess up, then you're able to recover and either just throw this away and start over. But if you put everything together and then you go to stamp something on the inside and you mess up, then you've essentially messed up your whole card. So we always suggest and recommend that you do your stamping first. And we're not going to put this piece down because, as you can see, I've got the ribbon that goes around this piece of basic black. So we are going to put the designer series paper, the specialty, and this is the Blushing Bride one. It's got a really pretty shimmer to it. We're going to treat this like a 2-piece mat. So normally we just mat one piece of paper, but on this one we're going to do two separate pieces. Let me hover that. And then I have a piece of Blushing Bride here, which is 1 inch by 5 inches. So put a piece of Blushing Bride down. Uh-oh, forgot to stamp. It's okay. I'm feeling confident today that I'm not going to mess up. So let me get that down. So then those two pieces together equal what would normally be a mat. And I have my Forever and Always that I'm going to stamp in Memento ink. Make sure it's inked up pretty good. And like I said, you guys, I'm feeling confident today. Ta-da! It worked. Put that away. Okay, and then now we can use the ribbon. And when you're going to wrap it around, you want to make your ribbon to where some of it will wrap around and catch on to the adhesive that we're about to put on the back. So make it just a little bit wider than whatever you're doing. And then we're going to put adhesive on the back pieces. We're going to put that there for now just so we can put the ribbon on. And then you want to straddle your piece of ribbon over where those two pieces, that piece of cardstock and that piece of designer series paper meet. And then fold one side over, and when you fold it over, make sure it catches to some of that adhesive. And then pull, don't pull too tight because your card will start to bow, but just loosely pull and try to pull it straight, the other piece, and then wrap it around. And then you want to make sure both pieces are attached to the adhesive. And then now you can finish it off with the rest of your adhesive or your seal, whatever you're using. You can add that to your very vanilla base. Just makes it a really clean line there when you put that on before you put your cardstock down. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing with Always, just like we did on the other card. Pull that off. Careful. Same thing, but we're just going to use basic black on Blushing Bride. Just go line it up one letter at a time. Give it some pressure. We'll go ahead and put our little mini dimensionals on. If I can get one, there we go. I'm almost done with this sheet of dimensionals I'm working with. And then same thing with the L. Let's put it down first. Still have a couple of steps left. There we go. Let's finish up the ribbon. We're just going to take a smaller piece and run it through. We're not going to do a bow. A bow, I did try doing a bow when I was first messing with this, and the bow was just too bulky. So I was like, no, let's not do a bow. Let's just pretend like we're going to do a bow and do a, I should have flipped that while I was doing it. Let's just do a little knot. So we're going to do a little knot. There we go. And then you can trim your ribbon, your ends. We can put some matte dots on there. I think I have 2 large ones on there and a small one in the center. So we'll do a large one. Of course, you don't have to put the matte dots on here if you don't want to. I just thought it helped with filling in this little space up here with something, some kind of accessory. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the Y. Just pick that piece up, snip that Y, and you don't even have to do this part if you don't want the charm on there. Grab one of the charms. Kind of smooth there. Okay. Get our glue out. Oops, accidentally did the black piece there. There we go. Get some glue before the charm, on top of the charm, and then right after the charm. See if I can get this back on quick. Oh, that was really quick. And then press that little piece back over. It's kind of swimming in glue right there, but that's okay because it's going to dry clear and it's really going to pull all those pieces together. So I'm just going to press down on that just so it doesn't move for just a little bit. It will eventually dry because you can see my sample. It dries clear. You can tell there's glue, but it's clear glue. All right. So let me bring all 4 cards back. There's card number 4. Card number 3. And let me take these out of the, I usually put these in clear envelopes just to protect them as they're moving around to different places. So this is your monthly online ordering kit for the month of January, which is perfect for next month, but at the same time, it could be something that can be used at any time of the year if you stop and think about it. Telling somebody that you love them is not just for Valentine's Day. It's traditional, but you should be telling whoever you love that you love them every day. And this suite, oh my goodness, you guys, I know I showed you the products, but until you see them in person, it's just something that you have to see for yourself. Just the beauty of the paper, the coloring, and so on and so on. Let me look at the comments here. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Susan. I wasn't looking at comments while I was doing the demonstration, but thank you so much. So let me get this pointed back. Okay. I did want to share something else with you guys before I get off. We have a few more days that's left before the year-end clearance ends, and let me grab this. I know I showed you guys the sampler from, this was the New Year's Eve winter sampler class that I did, and there wasn't anybody here physically to do it because everybody that signed up had signed up to go. But the sampler, I know it might be backwards, but this was the winter sampler, and I still have two packages of the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper that's left. So if you are interested in still getting the winter kit, it's not a class anymore, so it doesn't come with product like the actual class did. But if you are interested in getting the entire cut kit in order to make this 12 by 12 sampler, let me know. I am selling the kits for $20, and everything is cut and die cut that I possibly can. There's no stamping on here, but because we still have a few days left with the year-end clearance, the Snowflake Splendor stamp set and the dies may still be out there. In fact, I think I need to double check. If you're a demonstrator and you're watching me, can you correct me? Because I thought the Snowflake Splendor stamp set and dies were continuing into the next catalog. I'm gonna double check. I'll put it in the comments, but I'll also put the link for the kit in the comments as well, because I do still have 2 packages left over, and I would really hate for this paper just to just be sitting there or to get sold to somebody else that really wants it, because this sampler really is cute, you guys. I'm actually going to keep this one up here in my studio just as a sample. So I love the paper. So if you missed this the first time, there still is an opportunity to get the cut kit for this sampler. And like I said, I will put the link, the square link, in the comments when I go back and add the rest of the information to the video. That way if you're interested, you can just click on that link and then I can get it prepared for you. But I do still have enough to make probably 5 or 6 kits. So, and that's too much. So I want to be able to give you guys a good deal and then have a pretty sampler stamped to Sarah. Okay, good. Thank you, Marianne. So there you have it. The stamp set and the dies are carrying over. Yay! It was everything else that was being discontinued, which is the paper, the embossing folder. I think the blue adhesive sequins are continuing as well, but the balmy paper's gone. The ribbon is gone. There's almost the entire suite was gone. So this is still one last opportunity. the blue adhesive gems too. Oh no! I know I have it written in my mini catalog, so but I do still have enough product in order to do an entire sampler, at least 4 or 5 more samplers. So I will add that link to the comments here in a few minutes once I'm done with the video. But I do appreciate you guys joining me this Sunday afternoon. Thank you very much. Go enjoy the rest of your sunny Sunday afternoon and be blessed. Take care. Make sure you wash your hands, practice safe social distancing, and we will see you guys. I say next Sunday at 3 p.m. because that's my next scheduled time, but I'm also planning on going Facebook Live Wednesdays at 7 p.m. I did decide to do 7 p.m. for my 12 by 12 layouts that I'm going to start here in 2021. So I'm really excited to show you the layout class. So I hope you can join me, and we're only doing 1 page in those classes, and it's going to be a page a week because I know sometimes putting those together can be a little daunting, especially if you're preparing something in order to put on the page. So I hope to see you guys then. If not, you know, you can always watch the replay. And congratulations, Barbara, again. And we will see you guys next Sunday. All right? Thank you. Bye-bye.